Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch.
Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke. Today I am wearing this Princess Mononoke shirt. And if you hear crickets and cicadas in the background, just imagine that you are in the lush forests of the Princess Mononoke movie and ignore them. Or whatever. I'm wearing this shirt because today we're going to be talking about side characters, and Miyazaki films have some of my favorite side characters of all time. So this is the perfect shirt for this. It's also the only shirt I could think of that kind of went with this theme. Got a little desperate. I actually was tagged in this, hey, and Kinshu is here. I was tagged in this by Midnight Starlight Writes, and we are just going to talk about some side characters of mine. We're going to be using my story, The Game, which is probably by the time this goes up, finishing up the beta process and going to be doing some heavy editing on that very soon. But unlike my book Boots, which is querying, which has a very small cast, and the book that I am working on the first draft of right now, which I don't know the whole cast yet because I'm a pantser, The Game is perfect because it has a fairly large cast with lots of side characters. Just a little background for you, The Game stars Song, who is an intergalactic slave. She is sold to basically a gladiatorial arena in space, where she and her newfound team of friends have to try to figure out how to survive and hopefully escape. And it's a very character-driven story, as most of my stories are, so this is a perfect tag. So many ways that this is the perfect tag. It's a pretty short tag, so let's just get right into it. Question 1, who are your favorite side characters in movies, books, etc.? Well, there are a lot. Like many people, I am often drawn to side characters rather than the main characters. The ones that sprang to my mind is just an archetype of side character that I like are the Xanders, the Sokkas, the character who is the one without powers in a magical world. I've always been drawn to those characters, I think because even ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wasn't the chosen one, I wasn't the special. I was the boring one when everyone else was really cool. And so I was always drawn to those characters who still found a way to contribute, who still found a way to be awesome, even though they didn't have the magical powers and they weren't the special one. Question 2, name all the side characters in your work in progress. Oh my goodness, I did not prepare for this. I should have prepared better. So we have our main character, Song, and then we have her team, which consists of 5, yes, that is his name is a number, Kale, Brute, Ray, Septimus, yes, that's everyone? Is that gosh, I hope that's everyone. Then you have 2 of their guards, Mordo and Ebb. Then you have 2 more guards who are their arena guards, which are Rick and Nara. And then you have the game makers, whose names our characters don't find out because that's not important knowledge for them to know, but one of them is especially sadistic and evil, and she's basically like she's the main villain, so I don't know if she counts as a side character. There's also a young slave who is in charge of helping a Song with her showers and such, whose name is Dawn. There are a lot of characters in this book. Question 3 is, which side character is most like you? People are gonna cringe when they hear this, but honestly, Ray. My beta readers are going to be like, what? Ray? Ray is the Lancer archetype, I guess you could say, if you're familiar with the 5-man band type of storyline, type of trope. That's sort of unintentionally, I didn't mean to put that in there, but then once I found out about the 5-man band trope, I was like, oh, that's what it is. Ray is the one who frustrates a lot of readers. She makes mistakes, she makes bad choices, she goes against leadership, and honestly, that's me. I tend to question authority. I tend to look at a situation that everybody else is doing one thing and I go, why aren't we doing this? I tend to go my own way, and so just like Ray, I'm annoying to a lot of people. But yeah, Ray, honestly, Ray is the one that I am most like. I'm sorry to my beta readers who are horrified because Ray frustrates the crap out of most of my readers, and that's kind of why she's there. Question 4. Do you base side characters on real people? Not really, no. Some of the characteristics of people I know will definitely end up as characteristics of characters that I write, but there's no one-to-one. I never base any characters precisely on real people. Question 5, gush about one of your characters. I kind of already did that with Ray a little bit. I guess, I don't know, 5 is my favorite one. 5 is my baby. He's a precious bean. He's this little alien, and he has a lot of fears and anxieties at the beginning because he was raised as a slave. He'd never seen trees, he's never been free, and so at the beginning he is very complacent and he's very afraid, but he also has an incredibly snarky side, and he's actually quite brave, and that begins to come out later and later, and just, I love 5, he was my favorite to write, he's my baby boy. And question 6 is, where can we learn more about your characters? Do you have a DeviantArt, a blog, etc.? Honestly, the best place to learn more about my characters is right here on YouTube or on Twitter, where I will sometimes post things about them. Also on my author page on Facebook, where I will post a lot of my art. I also post a lot of my art on Twitter. If I draw a character from my book, which happens often, it will wind up on Twitter and it will wind up on my Facebook page. That is the best way to find out about my characters and also just what I'm writing at any given time. I have a DeviantArt, but I really don't post there very much anymore. So you can find out a lot about my old characters there if you want to go check out my art. And because I am a very character-driven author, you will definitely be hearing a lot more about them here, there, and everywhere. All of the links to all of my social media are in the doobly-doo, so go check those out, including to my DeviantArt. So just wander around down there for a while, have a good time. So yes, that was the side characters tag. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, I'm not going to tag anybody. I've kind of stopped trying to do that. But if you saw this and you liked it, then just do the tag, because that's normally how I do it. Remember, everyone, that I post new videos Mondays and Fridays, and if you liked what you saw here and you want to see more of the same, I've been doing this for a really long time, so my channel is nice and chock full of content for you, so go check that out. And if you liked what you saw here but wish it was higher quality, you can support me on Patreon. All of the donations on Patreon are going towards getting me better equipment. And I will see you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!
Guess what, everyone? We have a new patron to welcome to the group. That is Ramona. Ramona, thank you for joining this great group. Kinju is here. She says hi. As usual, when I do a first-time patron, they get a special shout-out. Ramona is working on her website, Ramona Writes. I will link it below. It is still under construction, but she plans for it to be available on the 15th or 16th of October 2018. So please go check that out when it is available. Also, of course, shouting out to my other patrons, Amanda, Lisa, Sabby Panda, Kim, and Sarah. Thank you all so much for being so great and supportive. And if you want to be cool like these amazing people, you can become my patron over on Patreon.